I want to update you on this breaking news we've been tracking all morning long. A man is now in custody after Charlotte County deputies say he barricaded himself in his house for 8 hours.
4 Your Corner's Jillian Hartman's been on the scene since early this morning. Jillian, what's the latest?
Hey, Kirsten, Jane, we've just learned a ton of new information about the investigation, the suspect, and the charges he is facing in just the last hour. But real quick, I want to show you what the scene looks like. Let me step out of the way. If we zoom in for you, you can kind of make out the sheriff vehicle that has its lights on down the street here. We are on Sunnybrook Road in Harbour Heights. This is in Punta Gorda, and that sheriff vehicle is parked in front of the home where the suspect had himself barricaded for almost 8 hours. Now, they do have him in custody and he has been taken to Charlotte County Jail. Now, there are several charges that he is facing, and I will break it down for you. Let me just recap for you what happened last night. So it started at around 11 o'clock in Port Charlotte, where the suspect, his name is Jacob Burrell, he actually went to his uncle's home uninvited and got in a fight with him, a physical fight. Now, after that, he made his way here to his home. Deputies were called to that home in Port Charlotte, and then they made their way here, knowing who the suspect was. And when the first deputy on scene arrived, well, Burrell showed up walking out of his home with a hammer in his hand. So then the deputy tried to tase him. He missed, and then Burrell then dropped the hammer and went back inside, and that's where all this happened. This has been a very active scene for 8 hours. Like I said, a lot of folks have left in the last hour. The SWAT team, several units have cleared the scene already, but this is all has led up to this very moment. Now, after several hours, they tried getting in contact with the suspect, trying to convince him to get out of his home, but they kind of were having trouble with that because they're having trouble communicating with him. Now, about 2 hours ago, I believe, they had their SWAT team going around the house. They actually went behind the house where they saw the suspect sleeping, and after several commands of yelling for him to come out of the house, he came out willingly. Now, about the charges he is facing, one of the charges that we just learned about a half hour ago is a aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. And that's because, like I just told you, he had a hammer in his hand when the deputy showed up and he threatened him, but there, like I said, nothing happened. He dropped his hammer and he did not hurt the deputy at all. He's also facing charges including burglary and domestic disturbance. We do have a photo of this man. Take a look. This is a mugshot from a previous arrest. Now, the burglary is related to when he was at the uncle's home. Now, he didn't steal anything, but since he entered the home uninvited, that is considered a burglary. Now, again, he's also facing domestic disturbance. There is a lot of charges that this man is facing, and like I said, he is in the Charlotte County Jail and he has been arrested. He is in custody, and right now a crime scene unit will arrive here in a few minutes. They will process the scene, and then deputies will wrap up the scene here in about a half hour. Reporting live in Punta Gorda, I'm Jillian Hartman, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, Jillian, thank you very much. I want to turn